Hi Chelsea fans, Chels Daft here, and this is a 5-minute video on the latest Chelsea news regarding Frank Lampard and the speculation as to who could come in and replace him, despite the fact he's still in the job. Let's get cracking. So guys, I say about the situation regarding Frank Lampard and he's still in the job. And I said in my stream that was on the channel a couple of days ago regarding Frank Lampard that I sincerely hope that he's been given the opportunity to come out of this sticky wicket that he's in, which he's never had to deal with before in his short managerial career. And he's given the opportunity to come out the other side, to learn from it, to grow as a manager and improve as a manager, to know where things have gone wrong and how to refocus and bounce out of it. That's what I hope happens. The next 5 games will have a big influence on what happens. Morecambe FA Cup, Fulham Premier League, Leicester Premier League, Wolves Premier League, who beat us recently, and then Burnley in the Premier League. A couple more defeats would ramp up the pressure, and you just dread to think what could potentially happen. If it does happen, there's all sorts of speculation regarding managers. Massimiliano Allegri is being linked with Chelsea, out of a job having left his last role, linked heavily with Arsenal before Mikel Arteta took over, and the links to Chelsea continue. It is obvious that he wants to broaden his experience, and the Premier League is of an interest, regarded by many as the most toughest and challenging league in world football. Is he going to be an option for the Chelsea fans and for Chelsea's hierarchy? Another name that's been linked recently is Thomas Tuchel, but it appears that 4 years ago, Chelsea were told to distance themselves from Thomas Tuchel because of a reputation that he got for himself within the game. There was reports earlier this week stating that back in 2017, after Antonio Conte had left the club, that Chelsea were looking at Tuchel, but they'd been told by others that internal disputes with players and criticising his own hierarchy at his club while in charge at Dortmund and again later on down the line at PSG is something to avoid. It's reminiscent of what happened with Antonio Conte. Reportedly, I can't see Tuchel being on Chelsea's list. That's if there is one. Next up, Brendan Rodgers is being linked, but it looks as though he burned his bridges in 2014 with some comments that he made when he took Victor Moses on loan from Chelsea to Liverpool. He claimed that Victor Moses had been at a good club, but now he was joining a massive club in Liverpool and he would have to learn to deal with the levels of expectation at Liverpool compared to what they were at Chelsea. It seems as though those comments have irked Roman Abramovich and the Chelsea hierarchy, and Brendan Rodgers is a no-go. Another name being linked with Chelsea and a new name is Ralph Hasenhuttl, the Southampton manager who's done and worked wonders over there, looking as though a year ago, being defeated 9-0 by Leicester, that he was about to lose his job, and he's turned it round and they've done great. Southampton have done amazingly well and are right up there at the moment in the Premier League in the top 6. And they're doing great, having beaten Liverpool the other day. Plenty of people are having their say about Frank Lampard and what he needs to do to change things and to change his fortunes. A lot of people are talking about change the tactics to a 4-3-3 to a 4-2-3-1 or maybe playing 2 up front. But the general consensus is to play Kai Havertz as a number 10 or in behind a main striker or behind 2 strikers. What do you guys think about that? Stay tuned. For about an hour's time or so, a video on this particular subject, Kai Havertz, and could he save Frank Lampard's job? Well, that's what the reports state anyway. I think Frank will be given the time. Yes, because he's an ex-Chelsea legend, it probably plays into the consideration regarding Roman Abramovich and everybody else. The last thing they ever want to do is have to sack Frank Lampard from his job. Thing is, results do need to improve. We have to be clear with that. Frank will understand it more than anybody, and let's hope in the next 5 games they will. And then all this talk about Frank Lampard being sacked will literally be forgotten. A month ago, 16 games unbeaten, everything was rosy, not a criticism in sight, and now it's all changed. Just shows you what can happen in football on a week-to-week basis. If you've enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me, then subscribe to the channel, but let me know what you think about anything discussed in the video in the comments section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.